Hi guys, Miss King here. Just going to do a quick note on solving systems of equations using elimination. So we've got 5 steps that we're going to work through. Place both in standard form ax plus by is equal to c. So we want the constant term or the number term on the right hand side and the two variables on the left hand side. Okay. Determine which variable to eliminate by looking at the coefficient, and we're going to either use addition or subtraction. Solve for the variable left and then work it back in to find the second variable and then check both work. Okay, so you can take those down if you don't mind, and we'll go on and use those steps solving examples. Example 1, 5x plus 3y is equal to 11. 5x is equal to 2y plus 1. So I'm going to write both in standard form, which means I need to fix up my second equation. So this is my equation 1, this is my equation 2. So equation 2 needs to be changed. My y needs to come over onto the left. Sorry, I'm saying y and writing y. Not meant to do that, sorry. So 5x, I need to bring my y over to the left hand side, so it becomes minus 2y is equal to 1. So now my second equation is in the standard form. Okay. Looking at step 2, we're going to try and eliminate one of the variables. So we're going to eliminate x because it has the same coefficient. So it's got a 5x and a 5x. So that's the easiest one to eliminate. And what we would do is we would subtract them. So 5x minus 5x, they cancel. 3y minus negative 2y, watch out for your sign. So 3y minus negative 2y becomes plus 2y. So I'm left with 5y is equal to, and 11 minus 1 is 10. Okay, so from there I can solve for my y variables. So 5y is equal to 10, therefore y is equal to 2. Two things close together means times, so 5 times y is equal to 10, so when I bring over my 5 it becomes divide. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So I now have my variable y is equal to 2. So using that y is equal to 2, I'm going to plug it into one of my equations. Doesn't matter which one you choose, I'm going to choose 1. And then I can solve for my x. So 5x plus 3, my y is now replaced with 2, is equal to 11. So 5x is plus 6 is equal to 11. So 5x is equal to 11 minus 6. So 5x is equal to 5, which means x is equal to 1. Just basic algebra. So now I'm going to quickly have a think about what I've just done. And I've found two coordinates. So x is 1 and y is 2. So that's the point that I'm going to try and work out. So what you would do is you plug those values back in and check your solution. So if you want to pause me and try that, that would be good. Thank you. Check that it works for both. So same steps, and we're going to do a second example. Second example, the equations are already in standard form, so that's good. So I don't need to do any different to them. So I'm going to call one of them 1 and the other 2. Okay, adding the equations will eliminate y. So straight away I'm looking at coefficients. That's 1 and that's 5. This one's 1 and negative 1. So these are the same coefficients, so I can cancel using them. So if I cancel using them, my y's will cancel and I'll have x plus 5x, which is 6x, is equal to 10 plus 2, which is 12. Okay, now I solve for the variable. If 6x is equal to 12, then x is obviously equal to 2. So I'm going to use that variable now to work out my other variable, y. So straight away, I'm going to let x equal to 2, x plus 1 is equal to 10, x plus y is equal to 10, sorry, and I'm going to replace my x with my 2. So 2 plus y is equal to 10. So therefore, y is equal to 8, because 10 minus 2 is 8. Okay, so my coordinate point is 2 and 8. And again, I'm going to get you to check that for both equations and see if your solution works. Okay. Let's suppose for a moment that the equations are in the same sequential order. However, you notice that neither coefficients are additive inverses of the other. So when the coefficients aren't the same, we need to do something to fix that. We have to find the lowest common multiple of the coefficient to choose which one to eliminate. So if I look at my coefficients, I've got a 2 here and a 3 here, so I could work them out together, and their lowest common multiple is 6. So I'd times the top equation by 3 and the bottom equation by 2. Then that would be 6 and that would be 6, and then I could subtract them and they would cancel. So let's go and do that. So multiply one or both equations by their respective multiples, so that's why I'm multiplying the top of my negative 3 And that way, if I multiply by negative 3, this becomes negative 6x already, and this one will be positive 6x, so I can just add them to cancel, which is easier than maybe subtracting because we get confused with signs. Okay, so negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x, plus, sorry, not plus, because the negative has to come inside the bracket, so negative 3 times positive 3 is negative 9y, is equal to, and negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. The bottom equation is going to become 2 times 3 is 6x, 2 times 7y is plus 14y, is equal to 2 times 12 is 24. Okay, and now I'm going to use those to eliminate my x's. So straight away I can eliminate my x's by adding them together. So I'm going to add these two, and then I'm going to do 9y plus 14, sorry, negative 9y plus 14y is going to be positive 5y, and that's equal to negative 9 plus 24, which is 15, so therefore y is equal to 3, okay? And then, just bear with me 2 seconds. We're going back because I need to work out my x. So, I'm going to now plug that into one of my equations. So I can take my first equation, which was 2x plus 3y is equal to 3, and I'm going to plug in my new y value. So 2x plus 3 times 3 is equal to 3. So 2x is equal to 3 minus 9. So 2x is equal to negative 6. So x is equal to negative 3. So my point is negative 3 and 3. And remember to just check that that answer works for both equations. Okay. Try those ones on your own. So if you can copy them down and give them a go. Sometimes using elimination we have to solve word problems. So it'll come up with a sentence and we have to pull two equations from it and try and solve them. Okay, so two angles are supplementary. So we know that supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. So my equation for that first one would be x plus y is equal to 180. So the two angles would give me 180. My second equation then is going to be my next sentence. The measure of one angle is 10 degrees more than 3 times the other angle. Find the measure of each angle. So again, I'm using x and y as my angles. So one angle is equal to 10 plus 3 times the other angle. So it's 10 plus 3y, sorry. And that's my two equations. Okay, so then I'm going to try and solve them by writing them in standard form. So I'll need to change them into standard form. So it's x plus y is equal to 180. That's already in standard form, no change. X minus 3y is going to be equal to 10. And now looking at those, I can see my x's cancel straight away if I subtract. So I'm going to subtract. That's really important. So x take x cancels. Plus y take away negative 3y, the take away negative becomes a plus, so it becomes 4y is equal to, and 180 take away 10 is 170, so y is equal to, 4 goes into 16 4 times with 1 left over, and 4 goes into 10 2.5 times, so that's the first angle, and then I'm going to substitute in to find my next angle. So if x plus y is equal to 180, then x plus 42.5 is equal to 180. So x is equal to the difference between the two of them, which is 137.5 degrees. And that's my two angles. So I'd like you to give that one a go on your own and see how you get on. Okay guys, best of luck. See ya.